All I can say is horror Naruto. Let's talk about it. What's up, people? Welcome back to Black Geek Cool. I'm your host, Gershon. That was my daughter. She's in the room chilling. And we're here doing a review of Lovecraft Country episode 6, Meet Me in Daegu. Crazy episode. But before we get into the episode, go ahead and hit the like button if you're listening to the audio version of it, the YouTube version. Yes, the YouTube version. But go ahead and hit the 5 stars if you're listening to the audio version on any podcast app you're listening to. Also, just so you know, it helps. It really does, and I greatly appreciate you doing it. It's a great way for you to support the channel and support me. Thank you. See, she believes it too. Also, we're going to spoil this episode. So if you haven't seen this episode, go see it. See, she's telling you to go watch it. But let's get into this. So this whole episode felt like its own little short movie. It's amazing. It looks beautiful. It's shot beautifully. It's just told beautifully. It's a beautiful story. We kind of learn about Jinho, and we see this through her vision. It's kind of, she's the star of this. So Tick is in it, but he's not the star. She's really the star. He's playing second fiddle. Still does an excellent job, but it's just amazing. Jinho is a, how you pronounce it, Kimiko or Kimiho, which is a 9-tailed fox beast demon. You heard it. But she's only a beast demon because her mom. Okay, calm down. I got it. I'm gonna tell her. Calm down. I see. Her mom went to this lady and wanted to get revenge on her husband, who she married after she had Jinho, and he ended up raping Jinho, molesting her, and I think raping the mom too. Maybe just Jinho. So she wanted to get revenge on him. And she summoned this beast. Summoned this beast with the help of this lady. And now, for Jinho to become back as human, she has to take over 100. I think it's 100. Yeah, 100 souls of men. And the way she does that is she has sex with them. But in the midst of sex, her tails come out and go into the men, where she ends up seeing their whole life. Yep, their whole life from front to back. All their memories, she gets them, and then they explode. They explode. Like the first time you see this, Jinho is kind of trying to lure men, but in dates. So you see her go on a speed date type thing, and nobody really picks her up, and nobody really cool with her. She likes musicals. That's one thing about her. She likes musicals. She's like Julie Garden. I think I said that right. She likes their musicals. She goes to the movie, watches musical. There's this scene where she does this. It's all in her mind. This thing where she dances to the musical because she knows the whole musical. So she dances to it while it's playing. It's beautifully shot too. But on these speed dates, no one is into her, and she eventually goes to this bar because one of her friends is like, "Hey, come with us to this bar. We'll teach you. You can meet some other people." Blah blah this. So she goes to the bar, meets this guy. I think it was the guy from Heroes, his friend, but I'm not 100% sure. It didn't look exactly like him, but someone told me that. One of my friends told me that after he watched the episode too. So I could be wrong, but she brought him home, lit these candles, which was suspicious in itself because she lit one candle and all the other candles lit. But we're men. You telling me I'm about to get lucky? I don't care how you did that. I'm about to get lucky. So we just going to keep it moving. But he should have been like, nope, I need to leave because this isn't right, because he would still be alive. But they begin to do their thing. Her tails come out of her eyes, her ears, her nipples, from everywhere. 9 tails, remember? 9 tails. And like shoot into him, cover his eyes, his mouth, his nose, go into those things. and she sees all his memories from the time he was born to the time he dies. But it's not when he dies with her. He sees her full life. She sees his full life if he dies of old age. Which is weird. How can you see all that if you know you're going to kill him here? That's something I didn't put that in your mind and think about it. But then as she's doing this, he explodes. Like she just, I don't know if she rips him apart or if she shoots energy into him and makes him blow up. I don't know how that works, but he blows up and it's just blood everywhere. Of course, her mom mops it all up, and her mom has her doing this so she returned to human. But throughout this, that was like that last guy was like 98, and then her mom was like, "You only have 2 more, and you come back human." But she's retained all these memories from these people, and she's like, "Why do I want to be human?" Yeah, why do I want to be human? Because you guys are terrible. Humans are terrible. I'd rather stay who I am because I know who I am and I like who I am. I know I'm a monster. I'm okay with that. But her mom's like, "No, I want my daughter back." But the mama didn't realize it was her fault. Things happened to her daughter. She should have been more attentive to her daughter. She should have been there for her daughter. But she really doesn't like Jinho as she is now. She's just, this is a means to an end to get to where I want to. So she really doesn't show love to her daughter as she is now. Jinho has one friend because she's a nurse, and she's really good friends with her. It's like her best friend. The war comes, so the nurses get used. The Vietnam War comes, so she gets used as a nurse there. She's helping the Americans. Like, they portray Americans like how we should be portrayed at that time. We just came over, was like, "We're going to do this for you." Not being asked to do this. We're just going to do this. And being an American, like, this is what we do. We take over stuff, blah, blah, blah. So they're helping the soldiers, healing them, everything up. I guess Americans found out there's a communist spy, so they took all the nurses because they narrowed it down to that shift where Jinho and her friend was. I forgot her name of her friend. And they, this is when we finally see Tick in this episode. One of the soldiers, who's a sergeant, is like, "Hey, what is his last name? Atticus Freeman." They say Freeman, and he comes over and he just shoots one of the nurses in the head because they're trying to figure out which nurse is a spy. And he's like, "I'm gonna kill all y'all if y'all don't tell me." And he calls on Tick to come shoot one nurse, and he just shoots her in the head, no hesitation. And then he shoots another one in the head, and then Jinho's friend is like, "It's me, I'm the spy, blah blah this." And like, you see Tick in a different light. Like, yes, he's a soldier. He's just following directions, but he's like a shell of a person. He's really seems dead inside. It's really weird to see him like this until he gets hurt, and he's in the hospital where Jinho works, and she recognizes him. Yeah, no, she recognizes him, and she's like, "I'm gonna kill you. You killed my best friend. I'm gonna kill you." He is reading. I want to say it was Dracula. I might have not been Dracula, but she saw the movie version, and he's like, "Look, the movie version is definitely different than the book version. You need to read the book. It totally ends differently." And in the midst of her trying to get close to him to kill him, of course they fall in love. Yeah, it happens. He doesn't. Yeah, I see. He doesn't know. He doesn't know that she knows. He doesn't know that he doesn't know he killed her best friend at all. He doesn't know that she plans to kill him. So they're spending more time together, getting to know each other. And there's a scene where they're everybody's having break and eating, and they're playing ball. And Tick is with this other Vietnamese guy who is a soldier. And she asks them, like, what is it like being in America, or something about that being in America. And they literally said, like, yeah, me and him are still looked down upon in America. Like, we're still looked less than. And even if we go home, we still basically in a war. So she's like, oh wow, why are you doing this then? And they're like, I don't know. The other guy was like, I got forced to do this. Ask him. He volunteered. And of course he goes into like, I volunteered to get away from my father, basically. I wanted to get away from him, as far away from home as possible. So that's why he volunteered. But now he's like, I hate this war. It's made me something I'm not, or brought something up to the surface that I didn't even know I had. But then they, of course, before they fall in love, she literally tells him like, hey, you killed my best friend. I was going to kill you. That was my plan. And he's like, why are you telling me this now? She's like, because I think there's something here and I want to explore that. And I love you and I care about you. And he's like, I care about you. And they get together. This is not something the mom really likes. She does not like this at all. Because she wants her to finish the mission of getting 100 souls so she can become human. And Jinho's like, no, I'm in love with Tick. I'm going to be with him. Like, you keep telling me I'm a monster and I'm incapable of these feelings, but I have these feelings for this man. And this man I love. And, like, there was a scene where she was coming to the where is it? The base to see him. Yeah, it was a beautiful scene. And he rigs up a movie projection to show one of her favorite movies. And it's a very beautiful moment. He got game. He was like, look, this is for you, baby. And blah, blah. And then they do it for the first time, which we find out is Tick's first time. Which we all are on pins and needles because we know what happens when she has sex with somebody. But she controls it. And it's a beautiful moment. It's a beautiful moment. And I totally understand why he is so confused. Because if you remember, in I think episode 4, he talks to Letty about what happened in the war, that he was in love with somebody, but it was so twisted up he wasn't sure if that was love, but he knows this with Letty is love. So I can understand why he's conflicted. The first time you had sex with somebody, you fell in love with them, they shot out 9 tails and tried to suck your face off. It'll throw any man. Honestly, it'll throw any man. But one time they were, getting busy. She couldn't control her tails. Her tails sunk into his eyes. She stopped him from killing him, but before it happened, she saw his future and saw when he was going to die. He freaked out, as you should do when the 9-tailed monster sucks his face on your eyes and sucks you out and almost kills you, and runs away and tells her to stay away from me forever. He leaves, goes back home. Her mom ends up being a mother. She finally I can't say the word. She finally decides to be a mother to her and tries to go to the lady that she set this all up and cast a spell on her and try to get her to remove the spell. And that's when it ends. Really good episode. Really good episode. It is almost, you can show somebody this episode and know nothing about the rest of the series and they would love this episode. It's beautifully done. It is, I'm gonna say, it's one of the better episodes, one of the best episodes of this season. I know the next episode is about Hippolyta, and I'm interested to see what happens with that. But this is, as of right now, my favorite episode. This episode and episode 1 are my favorite episodes as of right now. I honestly have to say, the series is amazing. It's a must watch. Definitely go check it out. But yeah, guys, that's my review of episode 6, Meet Me in Daegu. I probably pronounced that wrong. Thanks for listening. As always, appreciate the support, appreciate the love. Hit the like, tell a friend, and I'll see you guys in the next one.